Imagine, in the middle of the Earth's driest, most merciless place, a cave. Outside, blazing sunlight, sand flying in the air, and inside, mysterious figures drawn on the walls. In those figures, humans are swimming. Yes, humans swimming amidst the sand. This sight is so strange that a first-time viewer cannot believe that this place is actually in Egypt's Sahara Desert. This is the very area where not a single drop of water falls for years, where even the possibility of life does not exist. Then how were pictures of people swimming in water made on these walls? In 1933, when a Hungarian explorer, Leziel Almasi, reached this place, he found a mystery that shook the foundations of both science and history. This cave was in the middle of the Gilf-Kebir Plateau, and inside it were hundreds of drawings on the walls. Figures sketched in red, brown, and yellow colors, which showed humans swimming in water. Scientists said that these paintings are 10,000 years old. From that time when the Sahara was filled with greenery, when there were lakes here, rivers, and humans lived life under the open sky, they said that this is just a memory from when the desert was green. But if this is true, then the question arises, how was the civilization of that time so advanced that they could show dynamism in art, body postures, and the rhythm of swimming in this way? And if this is just art, then why does it have pictures where people seem to be flying above the ground? Some figures are such that they appear free from gravity, as if they are swimming not in water but in air. Their bodies are bent, unbalanced, and beside them are creatures of strange shapes, without heads, without faces, whose identity has not been ascertained till today. These creatures do not match any known animal or human. Many experts said that this is the imagination of ancient people, their religious expression, or paintings made in a state of trance. But is it possible that an entire culture saw the same imagination? Why did all the artists make similar figures, similar flying bodies, and similar mysterious creatures? This similarity does not seem like a coincidence. It seems as if this is a glimpse of some real experience. It's the memory of some event that they had actually seen. Some researchers believe that this place is not an ordinary cave, but a memory site where those people depicted their gods, or some power that had descended from the sky. It is possible that this was their place of reverence, where they remembered those guests who had taught them something, whom they considered gods of water or sky. And some theories are so daring that they say these paintings are of visitors from outside Earth, whom ancient humans had once encountered. The most surprising thing is that there is no lake around this cave, no river, no water source. Has the area been dry for millions of years? So the question arises, how exactly did those artists imagine swimming people? Is the Sahara really ever covered by a sea or lakes? Or is this the memory of some other world? The image of some era that is beyond our understanding? When you stand inside the cave and look at those figures, it feels as if the walls still want to say something. As if time has stopped there. There is no sound of wind there, no stir of life. Only walls, and on them, swimming humans who have been telling their story for thousands of years. But there is no one to listen. The cave of swimmers is not just a cave. It is a question that still echoes in the sands of the desert. Is this a part of our past or evidence of a civilization that was even more ancient than our imagination? Number 7. Sarcosuchus imperator, the emperor of crocodiles, and the skull that is impossible. This desert sand hides not only civilizations but also monsters. When sometimes the wind blows strongly and the layers of sand shift, from beneath them emerge such marks that tell that the Sahara was once filled with life. Rivers flowed, forests waved, and in those streams roamed the earth's most fearsome predators. But among these predators, there is one name that outweighs all others. Sarcosuchus imperator, the emperor of crocodiles. During excavations in the Terna region of Niger, scientists found a bone that shook the entire scientific world. It was the remains of a crocodile, but of such a size that no one believed it at first. 12 meters long, head equal to a small car, and jaws so massive that they could swallow a whole human. Its teeth were like swords, curved and thick, which proved that this creature hunted not only fish but also large animals walking on land. But the story of this giant creature does not end here. Rather, it starts here. Its skull had a hole that could not have been made by any natural cause. Round. Absolutely perfect, as if cut by a machine. Its edges were melted, as if some intense energy had scorched them. When scientists did a microscopic study of that hole, they found that a strange substance was present all around it. It was neither a normal metal nor any known mineral. It appeared to be like an artificial alloy that could not have existed in that era. First, it was said that perhaps lightning had struck. Then it was said that it is the mark of some predator's tooth. But lightning can melt stone, but it does not leave a metal-like layer. And the teeth of any creature cannot make such a uniform and round mark. Gradually, this news was suppressed. Samples were made to disappear. Some reports were changed. But those who had worked there admitted that there was something in that skull that was beyond the understanding of science. Imagine millions of years ago when this earth was young, when rivers flowed in the Sahara and the echo of life was everywhere. Then some other power came here. Some such existence that attacked this planet's most powerful predator? Was it some other creature, or the technology of some civilization that killed this creature? Some scientists believe that this was the same time when the interference of some external energy happened on Earth for the first time. This skull of Sarcosuchus imperator is still a question today. Is this evidence of some ancient war? Some collision that happened long before the birth of humans? Or is this just a coincidence that our understanding has not been able to resolve till now? When you look at its skull, it feels as if it is still screaming, "Act!" in the memory of that blow that had killed it. Under the scorching sun of the Sahara, this skull is still embedded in the sand, and every passing wind repeats the same question in its ears. If this was not the work of nature, then who did it? The desert does not answer. But in its silence there is a strange echo, as if it itself knows what is hidden beneath this sand. A forgotten war, a lost civilization, or the shadow of some other world. Number 6. Alula Mustatalis, the stones made for the sky gods in the northwest of Saudi Arabia, spread between red sand and black volcanic rocks, is a region where time has stopped. But beneath it is buried something that is far beyond the understanding of history. In the year 2017, when archaeologists studied the satellite pictures of this area, they saw thousands of strange shapes among the sand and stones. These were neither houses, nor forts, nor any ordinary graves. These were long, flat, and mysterious structures, which local people call mustatels. The number of these mustatels is more than 400. Some are so vast that their length goes up to 500 meters. They are made of stone walls that run parallel to the ground and have slight elevations at both ends, not like the shape of some giant gate. Inside them is almost nothing. No object, no inscription, no tool. Only some bones were found, which indicate that sacrifices were given here at some time. But for whom? For what purpose? The most bizarre thing is that the complete form of these structures is visible only from the sky. For a person standing on the ground, these just look like scattered piles of stones. But when viewed from above, their geometry appears amazingly precise, like straight lines, right angles, and vast proportions. It seems as if someone deliberately built them in such a way that only someone viewing from above could understand their meaning. The question arises, when 7,000 years ago humans had no technology for flying, then for whom were these stone structures built? As many scientists believe that this must have been a site of some ancient worship or ritual, where people offered sacrifices to please their gods. But even then, the question remains, who were those gods for whom such a vast message was sent to the sky from Earth? Some research indicates that many mustatiles are completely parallel to the direction of the sun's rise and set. Some are built according to solar solstices, meaning these are not just places of worship, but could also be astronomical calendars from where the movement of the sun and stars was studied. But many other signs indicate that all this was not made only for human purposes. Some structures are so symmetrical that building them without viewing from above is almost impossible. Is it possible that at that time there was some race, some such existence that could see these structures from the sky? Was this a map made for someone else? For someone who descended from the sky? Walking in the sands of Alula, you realize that every stone wall here is a message, is a signal that we have not been able to read till now. Every mustatil seems to have been built for an invisible viewer, as if this is a part of some ancient language that has now been erased. Some people believe that these were welcome gates for those coming from the sky who had once landed on this earth. There is something in the silence of these stones too, as if they are still waiting for someone. When the wind blows, the sound coming out from between those long walls gives the listener an illusion as if someone is whispering. perhaps that same ancient call that was sent towards the sky thousands of years ago. The mustelales of Ulula are not just walls of stones, but humanity's oldest attempt to communicate with the sky. And perhaps the answer to that communication had returned at some point. Number 5. Gobero. Two lost civilizations buried in the sand in the very heart of the Sahara, where now there is only sand and wind. There was once the echo of life. The place that is called a wasteland today. Thousands of years ago, people lived there, laughed, played music, buried their children, and were writing the story of a civilization that later vanished into the sand. The name of this place is Gobero, a cemetery in the heart of Niger that became the Sahara's oldest mystery. In 2005, famous archaeologist Paul Sereno was on an expedition. His objective was to find dinosaur bones. But what he found changed the direction of history itself. Hidden beneath the sand were human skeletons. In hundreds, but these were not ordinary graves. This was the entire history of a civilization that flourished here thousands of years ago, and then suddenly disappeared. Scientists reported that this place is about 10,000 years old. At that time, the Sahara had lakes, water, greenery. The first people here, who were called the Kifians, were tall, strong-bodied hunters. They caught huge fish, hunted large animals, and lived on the shores of lakes. The tools found with them, pots and marks made on bones, tell that they were an organized society. But then something happened. The weather changed, the rivers dried up, and this area started becoming deserted. Thousands of years passed, and when the sand had covered everything, then suddenly a new civilization came and settled here. These people were shorter in stature than the previous ones, had lighter bodies, and were called the Tenarians. These were not hunters, but cattle herders and fishermen, peaceful people. But the mystery is that both civilizations, the Kifian and the Tenarian, lived in the same place. But the gap between them was more than 1,000 years, meaning the sand swallowed one civilization and gave birth to another again. The most mysterious discovery of Gobero is that grave in which a woman and 2 children were buried together. Around them were flower petals which are still preserved in the sand. Scientists reported that this is the world's oldest flower grave. It seems as if they were bid farewell with love even after death. In another grave, a man and a woman were found lying face to face. Their hands were still in each other's hands. Time erased everything, but that touch is still imprisoned in the stone. The most shocking thing came to light when their DNA was tested. Neither the Kifian nor the Tenarian match any modern African race. Both were different branches that suddenly appeared and then disappeared without any trace. Neither their successors remained nor their marks. It seems as if the Sahara swallowed them within itself. Some scientists say that this was the result of climate change. But many researchers believe that there was something else in this, some disaster, some change that came suddenly and wiped everything out. The sand not only covered their homes, but also hid their entire identity. Today, walking on the land of Gobero, beneath every step are the bones of the past. Beneath every layer of sand, some story is sleeping. The story of love, war, death, and oblivion. When the wind blows there, it feels as if those people still want to say something. They are not erased, just buried beneath time. Gobero teaches us that civilizations do not die, they just fall asleep. And when the sand shifts, their history starts breathing again. Number 4. Tassili Naja, the round-headed gods in the south of Algeria. In the heart of the Sahara is spread a plateau, which upon seeing makes one feel as if time itself has carved it. This place's Tassili Naja, where hidden between sand and stones are stories thousands of years old. But these stories are not in books, they are carved on stones. This area is called the Valley of Paintings, because here there are more than 20,000 cave paintings. Some have people hunting, some have animals, and some have creatures whose faces are human-like, but completely human. Looking at these paintings, it feels as if there was once a world here where humans and something else lived together. Scientists say that these paintings are about 12,000 years old when the Sahara was green and life was flourishing here. But the most mysterious are those figures whose heads are round, whose eyes are large and black, and on whose bodies is something that seems not like clothes but some kind of suit. These are called the round-headed gods. The most famous among them is the great round-headed god, whose height is about 6 meters. Its eyes stare into the void, and around the body are strange lines as if they are waves of energy. It seems as if this is not a creature but some power that had descended from the sky. In some paintings, these gods are shown surrounded by small people as if worshipping them or fearing them. Scientists say that all these are religious symbols, paintings made in some ancient ritual or trance state. But the question is, why are those figures so different? Their shape, their proportion, their demeanor, everything is completely different from normal human paintings. It seems as if these artists had seen something that was not of our world. Some researchers believe that these paintings are evidence of ancient contact, from that time when external civilizations had arrived on Earth. In the paintings of Tassili, many times such devices are seen that look like some round vessel or energy source. Some figures are seen floating in the air, as if they are free from gravity. But if all this is imagination, then how is there such similarity in different caves? In many paintings, the same figure is repeated again and again, the same posture, the same mysterious helmet. This cannot be a coincidence. It seems as if someone repeated their experience, some meeting that became permanently lodged in their memory. When the sun sets and red light spreads on the sand, then the walls of Tassili Najjar light up. The faces hidden in those paintings start looking alive. Every wave of wind makes one feel as if those round-headed gods are still present there, waiting for some other time. They say gods descended from the sky. They gave knowledge to humans and then went back. Perhaps Tassili Najjar is that very place where that meeting happened. The first conversation between humans and some other intelligent race. This place is a witness to that mystery, which science is still afraid to understand. Najjar is not just a plateau of stones. It is that bridge which stands between the past and the unknown. Every wall of it whispers, "We were not alone." Number 3. Green Sahara. When the desert was heaven, the Sahara, which we call barren, dry, and the valley of death today, was once the earth's most beautiful garden. Hidden beneath the sand are the marks of rivers, the beds of lakes, and all those proofs of greenery that tell that life used to bloom here, not vanish. This was the time that scientists now call the Green Sahara period, meaning that era when this was not a desert but heaven. When NASA's satellites and the European Space Agency's radars scanned the depth of this area, a whole map emerged from beneath the sand. There were giant rivers that connected to the Nile and Niger. There were lakes that were as big as the Caspian Sea, and there were valleys where elephants, giraffes, and crocodiles lived. This was about 12,000 years ago, when the monsoon had shifted northwards and the Sahara got life. But then, one day, suddenly everything changed. The climate changed. The monsoon retreated. The rivers dried up, and the lakes evaporated. Within just a few centuries, this garden became a desolate desert. Scientists say that this change did not happen gradually but rapidly, perhaps in 50 or 100 years, so fast that civilizations could not cope. Villages were erased, people migrated, and the sand swallowed everything. The most shocking thing is that ancient maps also mention this Green Sahara. In the map made by Turkish Admiral Piri Reis in the 16th century, this part of Africa is shown filled with rivers and lakes. And moreover, in some old European and Arab maps, signs of cities are marked in the middle of the Sahara, where today only sand is spread. Seeing the accuracy of these maps, the question arises: when there were no satellites, how did anyone know that there are rivers beneath this sand? Did this information come from some other ancient source, or did some civilization that lived here before this disaster make these maps? Many scientists believe that this was the very era when humans started agriculture and settlement, meaning civilization was born right here and then the sand swallowed it. But some research says that all this was not natural. Small change in the Earth's orbit could not have such a big impact. This change was very sudden and very profound, as if some external power had jolted the climate. In some places, melted stones have been found, as if some intense heat or explosion had burned them. If this happened, then was this a natural event or something else? Some people say that the Green Sahara was the victim of some experiment, the effect of some energy source or weapon that wiped out the entire ecology of the region. Old folklore also says that fire fell from the sky which stopped the Earth's breath. When you walk in this desert today, beneath every step are the remains of that green heaven. The lines that appear in satellite pictures are rivers of some time. When the wind blows strongly from somewhere beneath the soil, the smell of old lakes can even be felt. This sand is no less than a grave. The grave of a civilization that is still silently sleeping. The Green Sahara reminds us that the earth changes, but its marks do not get erased. What is a desert today was a garden yesterday, and perhaps one day will turn green again. They say the Sahara is not dead. It is just sleeping, and in its dreams, those same old rivers still flow. Number 2, Richat Structure, the Eye of the Sahara, and the mystery of Atlantis in the very heart of the Sahara, on the lonely land of Mauritania, is spread a shape which upon seeing makes one feel as if a giant has stamped his seal on the earth. Amidst the golden sand spread all around, this is a perfect circular structure that is so vast that to see it completely, you have to go into the sky. Astronauts recognize it from afar. It is called the Eye of the Sahara, and science knows it by the name of Richat Structure. This structure is about 40 kilometers wide, made in many layers, like some giant mark or the walls of an ancient city. Whoever sees it for the first time, this question arises in their mind. Why is it so perfectly round? Such perfection is rare in nature. Scientists said that it is the result of a volcanic explosion. A dome that over millions of years eroded by wind and rain took this form. But in this area, neither any active volcano was found, nor any evidence of lava. Then how did this amazing symmetry form? And some people said that it is a crater formed by a meteorite fall. But there is no such mark in the Richat that indicates a collision. No sign of scorching or pressure was found in the stones. As the investigation increased, the mystery deepened. Then someone opened an old book, Plato's Dialogues, Timaeus and Creaeus. It was written in it that the city of Atlantis was beyond the sea. To the west of Greece, where there was a great island surrounded by 3 water rings, there were 3 rings of water and 2 rings of land. And that city was so amazing that its brilliance surpassed even the sun. Its diameter was told to be about 127 stadia, which in modern measurement is about 23 kilometers. And the central ring of the Richat, yes, that one is about 23 kilometers wide. Plato had said that Atlantis was beyond the Pillars of Hercules, meaning west of the Strait of Gibraltar. And the Richat is in exactly that direction. Is this a coincidence? Or is this the very city that drowned not in the sea, but in the sand? Many independent researchers worked on this possibility. In pictures taken by drones, the layers of the Richat looked like some ancient architecture. In the middle part is a flat area, with wall-like rings all around. In some places, there are marks of water flow, as if there were once lakes or canals here. When scientists examined the soil, they found that marine sediments are present here, meaning this area was once under the sea. These are all indications, but not proof. Science still calls it natural. But those who have seen it with their own eyes say, this is not nature, it is construction. This is the work of an intelligent hand, of some civilization that is not written in the history books. Some conspiracy theorists claim that mysterious electromagnetic signals emanate from the RIT. Some reports told that American satellites had recorded strange radio frequencies from this area. But later those files were removed. Travelers who went there also said that their compasses and equipment stopped working there. Is this really that lost city whose memory Plato left behind? Or is it the warning of some other civilization? The remains of some ancient energy center? No one knows. But when you look down from the height of the Richat, it feels as if the earth itself is opening its eye and staring at the past hidden within it. This Eye of the Sahara is not just a geological structure, but a symbol. It reminds us that some truths are so old that science considers them false, and perhaps that is why this eye is still awake, silently watching those mysteries that are still sleeping beneath the sand. Number 1. Nabta Playa, the desert's ancient observatory on the southern edge of the Sahara, near the border of Egypt and Sudan. An area where during the day the scorching sunlight burns the stones, and at night the sky fills with stars. Today there is only dry land and sand there. But once there was a lake here, and on the shore of that same lake, thousands of years ago, some people had arranged stones in such a way that they used to talk to the stars. This place is Nabta Playa, that place which many people call the Earth's oldest observatory. In 1974, archaeologists began excavating this area. Initially, they found some ordinary stone circles. But when they studied them, a mystery came to light that challenges the entire human civilization. The shape and direction of those stones exactly matched the constellation that was called Orion in the sky at that time. The same Orion with which the Egyptian pyramids are also believed to have a deep connection. In the center of Nabta Playa is built a small stone circle, which has been called the calendar circle. It is only a few meters wide, but its meaning is as deep as an ocean. The two pairs of stone lines are in the direction of the sun's rise and set, and the angle between them tells that this entire structure was an indicator of the summer solstice, meaning these people measured the sun's movement, kept track of the seasons, and understood time. This structure is from 7,000 years BC, meaning 1,000 years older than Stonehenge. But the real mystery is in the stone lines near it. Scientists found that there are some stones that match the position of the three stars of the Orion constellation, and not only their location, but also their mutual angles and distances, as if someone had brought the sky down to the ground. And the most surprising thing is that the rows of those stones exactly match the inclination of the stars of Orion from that time, which was 10,000 years ago. This accuracy is almost impossible without modern instruments. This raised many questions. Were these people ordinary pastoralists or astronomers? Did they really make a map of the sky? If yes, then where did they get this knowledge from? Is it possible that this was the same civilization that later went to the Valley of Egypt and laid the foundation of the Great Pyramids? Discoverers found that around Nabta Playa, there are several other megalithic structures. Giant stones standing in straight rows that have been placed for some purpose. When they were matched with modern software, it became clear that they show not only direction, but also motion. The annual journey of the stars, meaning this was not only a map, but a kind of astronomical computer. And if so, then this was the first scientific machine in human history. Some scholars believe that the builders of Nabta Playa were the same people who later settled in the Nile Valley and who gave birth to the Egyptian civilization. They had the knowledge of astronomy, had an understanding of calculation, and the ability to read the sky. They imprisoned time in stones and made the earth a reflection of the sky. Today, when you stand at that place and look at the night sky, it feels as if the stars are still talking to those same stones. The wind blows, and from every direction, it can be heard. This is not sand. This is history speaking. Nabta Playa is proof that man did not start knowledge with stones, but with stars. And perhaps from these very stars, he learned to write his own destiny. That is all for today's video. If you liked this mysterious journey, then like it, share it, and do not forget to subscribe to the channel. We will meet again in the next mystery, because the truth is like sand.